That's correct. So picking that back up on that name use. Of course, they're going to get your name, right? And this is why it makes it piggybacking off the video you just saw, part of it. In the middle, maybe I shouldn't have put it up, but I did, so I'll just pick it up here. Of course, they'll get your name. They're going to get all your contact. And even better than that, they're going to have the open door to contact you. They're going to be comfortable, and just be careful, because once you build that relationship, they will be calling about or emailing or something. And I don't recommend the text, because it gives too much contact for them without explanation, usually, right? So if it's a negative, they just, cancel, or without making any kind of explanation, because our texts are usually super short, or they can just not communicate, where if it's an email, still not recommended in the beginning. But if it is, in that case, they would probably explain a little more, because it's email. Now, back to the name. When you're going there and you're meeting with them, introduce yourself from where you're coming from. If they ask again, you can say the same thing again. They usually are more in response mode. Oh, who's this? Just they didn't get you. They're not actually wanting to know who your name is, who you are yet. So again, what I mean by that, what is meant by that, is they want to know why you're here, what you're doing, so on and so forth, what it's about, right? We talked about that. And then they'll move into the process with you. Only on that third time, that almost never happens. And they'll ask, and you just tell them, write this down, and so on and so forth. Take control, get the pen out, have them grab a pen, and you can do that. The best thing about when you're moving into your process, when you haven't actually given everything, your name and so on, your contact and all that, because it'll come up either at the end, or most of the time, they'll feel so good with you, and then they say, they'll apologize, most of them. Why didn't you get your name? Perfect. Write this down. I'll give all the information, email form, and write this down. Make sure you got it. Go ahead, save it now. And now, when they're saving it, writing it down, they want to know who you are. They really, really want to know. And for the doubters out there, how many times have you seen someone else who's sure you didn't do it right? And of course, we all have. You meet somebody, you get fired up, or maybe you're not fired up, or whatever the case, or you're with other people and they're introducing. You could be in a meeting, you could be in a coffee shop like I am now. You could be in a conference where there's people and they're mingling, and you walk away. What's their name again? Or you ask someone else, hey, did you get the name card? You don't even remember. That, I dare to say, you've done it. I've done it. Everybody has done that somewhere, sometime. Getting even like good rapport with people and walk away and say, dang, what was his wife's name again? His business partner? Completely forgot, right? And we'll go into why you forgot. Usually most of the time you just weren't listening. Right? Really. You didn't care. You meet 5 people. How many people if you're at a small event or a big event? And you go to a table and you say, hey, nice to see you, Gene, John. And you cheer them with a beverage and you get introduced. How many of you really walk away and know all the 5 names and the positions that they're introduced under? Most people, right over their head, right? So, the point being is when you get that, ask a question. What's your name? Now they really care. They really want to know. They're really going to call them. They're really going to take your name card. When you give it to them, and they're really going to look at it and actually put it where they'll use it and call you sometime. So, yes, of course, give your name, give everything, get their name and everything else, right? Sometimes you only have their name, but not the phone number, the cell number. You might not have the email, you may not have a social media account, right? And once they open that door, you can exchange brief, don't extend it. All that information, and now the referral door is open. I mean, so many things are open. It's really good. So try it out. I know it's uncomfortable to do that to start off, but think about the perspective of your company. They spend millions, or maybe just hundreds of thousands, to market the company. Right? They've already opened that door. They've got the lead funnel filled for you. They've got the reputation there. You can write on that. RIDE. Write on that. And that sets the credibility for why you're there, what you're calling about, and so on. And then you give that name. So take that, try it out, you like it. It's way good. And Nicholas Carter, have a beautiful day. Tokyo, Shinjuku, and see you again shortly.